Alright, what's up guys, it's KOSDFF here, and today I want to start off by thanking you guys for being so supportive of this new kind of content here on my channel, this new genre of content. I do realize from reading your comments and also from editing the videos that my first two attempts at doing a ranting live comm were shaky at best. I know the points I were trying to make were pretty murky and cloudy. I'm going to try to simplify that because I usually, when I make these rant videos, I formulate a pretty well-rounded argument in my head. I like to argue, I like to debate, and that's, it's best done in a system. And then I usually try to, explain it in some relatable way so that, you guys can understand what I'm trying to, say. It's something that I feel like a lot of educators and people are really poor at simply because they don't keep up with, the trends of the youth and the attitudes and I guess kind of just the vibe with the people that they're teaching. So although I highly discount my ability to debate well. And argue well, but I do feel like I'm pretty good at explaining stuff, and my ego is taking a pretty big hit having to put up those last two videos because I knew that the points I was trying to make weren't delivered as well as they could have been. But I want to make rant videos, I want to do these live com videos, and I feel like the only way to get better at it is just to force myself to do it, and also force myself to get the criticism from you guys. Chief amongst that criticism was play a different damn map. I hear you. I like Beach Bog. I don't play this game a whole lot outside of making videos. That's half the reason why I wanted to start making these videos again, because it allows me to game. Once you start gaming and doing YouTube or a gaming YouTube channel, it becomes to the point where you almost feel like you're being lazy if you play or you game or you make something and not record it when you spend hours just playing a video game. When you say you don't have a video that day, it's like, yeah, you lazy bastard, should have made a video. You shouldn't be out here playing video games. So this is like melding of the two worlds. That being said, I am doing this at 10:30 in the morning. We have DreamHack Atlanta today. We're all supposed to go down there right about now, actually, to go watch our TKH1Z1 team play. I think that today they're doing solos. I think they won't play as a team until tomorrow. But yeah, 10:30 in the morning. I don't think you guys have ever seen me make a video besides a vlog maybe this early ever. And the reason why I'm saying this is I usually tweet out asking you guys for what you want me to rant about. So I can talk about the stuff that you guys want to talk about. But it's 10:30 in the morning. You guys are all asleep or at work or at school doing something besides watching YouTube. And I'm guessing, because like I said, I'm recording this video at 10:30, and I probably won't upload it till later this night. I'm going to be off the internet for a majority of the day because I'm going to be watching the competition and enjoying DreamHack. It's my first DreamHack, pretty stoked about it. But I'm guessing what the news or whatever, or the big topic for today is going to be is the return of Phantom Lord. If you guys don't know who that is, I don't know how you wouldn't. I guess you weren't really into Twitch or CSGO or just pretty much the internet around, probably about a year ago. Well, this guy is a pretty fabled character for being this, huge villain. Now, obviously, this video is going to be about Phantom Lord. But I'm not really going to talk about all the stuff he did to get him in the position he's in right now, and so much to speak as I really just don't know all the details. Again, I'll refer you to those news sites, to those gossip sites that'll tell you everything that he's been accused of. Safe to say that all you really have to know for this video is that he has been missing for an entire year because what he described as legal reasons and probably a very smart PR position of waiting till the heat dies down, so to speak, to come back. Should have got that guy. But for the most part, I'm just gonna assume you know who he is and what he's been accused of and stuff like that for the rest of this video. Well, he made a video today, his second in the span of a year. He made a video I think a couple days ago where he paid what looks like an Indian guy or a guy from India to read off a script of some stuff he said, basically making a joke saying he was hiding from the Popo in India. I thought this was absolutely hilarious. Now I'm sure if people outside of my fan base see this video, I'll probably get a lot of hate. Just as kind of like a warning to you guys, I always take kind of like a devil's advocate point of view. And that's not something I do for these videos. I generally do that. It makes me hard to get along with for a very, very long period of time. Meaning, if you could even ask my friends, if you're gonna be friends with me, it's gonna be because of the person I am, not the opinions I have, because a lot of them are one, not very strongly held opinions to begin with, and two, they're usually always like a devil's advocate. I like to look at things a bit different and then try to argue my way into them making sense. If you get a person that hates somebody to rationalize disliking them, or to get someone to basically go against their first initial emotional response through logic, even when it's they don't even really agree with it. It's something kind of like a game with me. Something I'm going to be playing a lot with you guys in these videos to just be completely transparent. But no, today Phantom Lord released a video that started off pretty damn funny. He started off basically making fun of memeing T Martin's response when he got caught with his CSGO gambling site. By the way, there, you know, amongst this controversy, there were like basically 3 instances of YouTuber-owned CS:GO, you know, betting sites, and Phantom Lord was pretty much the only one that like took a break after it. And just the interest of avoiding drama, I'm not really going to talk about this. 2 other sites to, I guess, illustrate the severity of the situation. He took an entire year off of YouTube or off of Twitch and off of social media. Easily one of the largest and fastest growing Twitch streamers there is, and you know, a lot of people that were fans of his before all the CS:GO gambling stuff would have told you that he was an amazing, you know, streamer. I never actually, you know, even afterwards, I never really watched any of his content or any of his streams. I'm not that much into CS:GO gambling. I did it for a little bit because it was what was trending, but you guys have noticed, you might have noticed that TK in a professional way or in a formal way has never worked with a gambling site despite thousands of offers. Even back in AW, there was I think it was DraftKings or something, was starting to take bets on our esports matches. Even then I decided not to. I don't remember the actual company, it wasn't them, but even then, you know, I decided to not sign a deal with them just because I don't think that a gaming organization in a gambling company are a great match, so to speak. Now people will obviously disagree because, you know, the skin betting and gambling online, you know, is extremely popular, and I've done it. I think it's fun. I don't really like to call it gambling. I like it, you know, I like to call it paying to play a game. But in general, you know, outside of just having some fun, you know, and paying to have a good time without any real, I guess, expectation of winning or of gain or of profit, and then in that sense, you know, I like gambling. But other than that, you know, I don't really find it particularly amusing or particularly smart. But no, yeah, so Phantom Lord, a guy that I actually have met, is I will talk to you guys about it. The thing, a lot of what I'm going to say in this video is actually stuff I've said to him, to his face, in person, the first time I met him, which was back at MLG Vegas. If you guys didn't know, Fuya is really good friends with Dingle Derper, which is his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I don't really keep up with all that stuff, but basically they were hanging out one night, and Phantom Lord decided to come to, you know, hang out at the casino. We were all gonna go out and gamble and drink and have fun, and that we did. It was probably the funnest night I had at that event. We got fucking absolutely wasted, had a damn good time, not just gambling, but we went out and, you know, had a fair amount of drinking, you know, had a fair amount of just talking. I think we bet on a Jenga game, which I fucking lost. By the way, you know, just to let you guys know, there's no bias with me towards Phantom Lord. At that event, we went gambling almost every single night. And the first night I went up like 600. The second night I went up to like 2,000 in profit because we were just being dumb lucky, playing all roulette. So obviously I'm not much of a gambler. I'm just, you know, throwing stuff down and hoping a little ball lands on my wheel, which is fun to me because I like that kind of. Did I get both of those? I did. Nice. But on the night that I went out with Phantom Lord, I pretty much lost it all, which I thought was pretty funny. A joke that I actually held back and didn't say at that event because I thought it was a bit insensitive. But obviously, even now, I would think you would have thought that was pretty funny. I gambled in Vegas for 2 nights in a row, won a whole bunch of money, spent one night with Phantom Lord and lost it all. But but no, all right. So his video started out poking fun at T Martin's explanation video with him and Cooper. I'm also friendly with T Martin and know him. He's another guy that basically got accused of having a CS:GO site, which he admitted he had, and he did own it and made those videos and didn't. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me! The easiest 3-piece in the world, and I fuck it up. But yeah, he didn't take a break in a year off. He stuck it around and he stuck through the heat, which is interesting just to remark upon because that's not what Phantom Lord did. He took an entire year off. But now the video goes on, you know, to explain his absence, the real version of his absence, without, you know, being able to talk about any of his legal issues and all that stuff, which is, you know, apparently all pending. There's no actual suit. As he explains in the video, which, you know, I'm not sure makes a whole lot of sense to other people, but, you know, a lot of, you know, preparing, or I guess a lot of what a lawyer's job is not, you know, always to just defend somebody. A lot of companies and really smart people and have people that basically have a lot to lose will actually hire lawyers to be able to help them prevent lawsuits and, you know, do things so that they don't get sued and that the suits never happen, because most of the time it's not what you're being sued over that really sucks. It's usually the fact that you're being sued, because that's really expensive. Often more expensive, you know, remarkably less meaningful than, you know, the actual subject of the case. He makes some jokes, which is, you know, what I'm gonna explain here in a little bit, which is exactly what I would have done. It's exactly what I told him, you know, I guess when I, you know, forcibly told him my opinion at a craps table, which I'll explain that whole situation as well here in a minute. I mean, he made light of the situation. He made some jokes. You know, he remarked on the internet's ability to be suffocating in their hate. I am lucky to have never really felt that from the internet. I've felt it from people on the internet in a very singular way, which is nowhere near as bad. But, you know, when the whole internet hates you, I have no idea how I'd I guess react to that. That's a lot of people with a lot of really strong opinions. Like the hate I'm probably getting right now from my lack of ability to snipe. Is I've only really gotten a few kills, but I've just ran around dying for most of this video. And I'll explain that point away here in a minute. And then he went on to basically, apologize, which I felt like, as a comedian, you could definitely feel the vibe of the video change from him joking around to him not saying sorry for what he did, but really saying sorry to the people that he offended. Because you can't apologize for what you did when at the same time you can't talk about it. That's hypocritical. That's pussy shit. I mean, to be honest, if you really look at it, yeah, I want to apologize for what I did. I just can't talk about it. That's this pussy ass move. He decided, I feel like, purposefully in his video to say sorry to his actual fans and the people that he let down. Not even so much for all the controversy of why he's been gone for a year, but really just for being gone for a year. And then the remarks of about the large hill, the mountain he's gonna have to climb to rebuild his Phantom Lord brand. Now I instantly saw this video, and one, it's pretty much, if I was in his situation, exactly what I would have done. But at the same time, I can see it, and I can just tell that a lot of people are gonna react in a very negative way to that, because a lot of people still feel like what he did was morally wrong. And when you do something morally wrong and then, don't take full ownership of it, or I mean, not to say that he didn't do that, but, I guess just make yourself a fucking, carpet for people to just walk all over. Turn yourself into some railroad tracks for people to just fucking train wreck you over and over and over again, so they finally feel like you've got enough punishment so they can ignore your moral wrongdoing. Which is never what you should do. You should never do that, even when things happen, with other members of TK. Unless what you did is actually fucking wrong, like actually, really, really, really fucking wrong. Don't apologize for it. Only apologize if you're actually sorry. Don't let the internet force you to do stuff, and don't let them force you to adopt their point of view so that you can feel sorry enough to give them what you want. If you don't feel sorry and you stand behind what you did, fucking take the hate. Take it like a goddamn man, to be honest. Like, if you did it and you want to stand by it, you gotta sit there and hold your ground. You can't sit there and just be just try to reason your way out and be a little pussy and explain it away with a million other reasons that usually are designed to make people feel sorry for you. Again, with that whole moralistic balance shit. And not to say that's what Phantom Lord did either. He disappeared for a year. Someone that has a very fast-growing, successful company in the works, for you to take a year off of that is a pretty damn major L. But let's face it, he's probably not hurting for cash. So that's this video. If you guys want to pause this and go watch it, I'm sure it's going to spark a lot of attention, a lot of negative attention. Probably a lot of happy fans that liked Phantom Lord before he started gambling, really excited that he's going to come back to streaming, because everybody that I've, everybody. The 2 or 3 people I asked about Phantom Lord, mainly being Fuya, because we were going to go hang out with him that night. I asked him about him, who is this guy besides, everything you hear about, because I generally discount most of that viral rumor shit almost in totem. And she told me basically all about the CSGO betting stuff, but also said that, before all that, he was like one of the most interesting and entertaining streamers there was. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that are just excited that he's going to be coming back and most likely not doing skin betting. So again, I've got that, realistic opinion. Probably a lot of people see that you either support him on one side or you fucking hate him on the other side. There's no in between. There's just one or the other. You either think, oh, I'm excited Phantom Lord is coming back and he did nothing wrong. He's not in jail. He didn't get arrested. Obviously, if he didn't break any laws, how wrong could it be? And then there's other people that think, that what he did was just the most terrible thing in the world, that he used his brand to, take advantage of young kids and destroyed a whole entire industry of skin betting and, CSGO skins, and it caused a lot of people to lose a lot of money, not only directly from his site, but from the drop in value of their skins. I'm not going to argue for either side. Again, I could be one of those people, one of those talking heads. I could give you a neutral opinion, which is really just 2 opinions, one on each side that kind of cancel each other out, or just, I guess, analyze the whole situation and tell you guys what I think. I've never played this map, by the way. Or at least I've only played it once or twice. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you guys, the reality of the situation is a streamer, a very popular streamer, took a year off to avoid hate and avoid the bad PR so that everything could kind of get unfolded. He could find out what his legal stance was, where he stood with Twitch, where he stood with the law, where he stood with gaming commissions, all that kind of stuff. Gambling commissions, what I meant to say, before he was to come back, which is just a smart thing to do. If you start yourself off, if you put yourself in the situation of after everything happened, the waiting the year was probably a good thing, even though I just kind of explained it, 4 or 5 minutes ago. It's kind of a pussy-ass move, but, to be honest, it's a smart move. It's the smart move. It's not a smart move. It's the Smart move. And 2, he's a streamer. I don't care how much money you make. Like I said again in the last video, you know, once you've already got a certain amount of money, and money doesn't really matter anymore besides an extra pair of NMDs or a new car every year, everybody just wants to see growth. Well, you know, that was taken away from my dude for an entire year, so he's lost on that. You can't get that back. That's time he can't finally. I gotta fucking kill. That he'll never get back. And now he's made a video. I think he named it Truth, and then because that's what everyone probably really wants to hear, and that's a clickbait ass title, just like the clickbait ass title you're probably gonna get on this video. And he designed it to be both funny, as sincere as he could make it without becoming a goddamn piece of carpet for everyone to walk all over. And he made it short enough and said, you know, a little enough so that he could spark probably the most amount of conversation. He's even got me talking about it, and I hardly know the guy. As much on the internet as possible so that when he does come back to streaming, probably here in the next couple days, I can't say what site it's going to be on, I doubt it's going to be Twitch, the amount of attention surrounding him, negative and positive, is going to be overwhelming, and it's going to put him in the best stance to just play the game, because like I said earlier again in another video, time does heal everything. So let's say you're one of these super haters that just hates this guy, fucking just adamantly vilifies him in every way. He's a terrible human being. You go into a stream the first day and you spam some hate, and let's say you're a really big hater, so you do it for like 6 hours. You spam all types of terrible shit at this guy on his Twitter, probably start a Reddit page or two, just get all your friends to hate on him. The next day comes, you do the same thing. Third day comes, you know, let's just say you're just adamant, and you really Jesus Christ. You just really hate this guy. Something tells me that around about a week, maybe 2 weeks, fuck it, a month or 2 of this guy running around playing video games, laughing and having a good time, you're gonna get tired of hating on him, and so will the rest of the internet. Don't believe me? Look at the other 2 people that got caught for CSGO game. Actually, fuck that. Look at anybody that's ever done anything terrible on the internet, and is now all the better for it, or they've just, you know, moved past it and showed a lot of strength of their ability to overcome. Or 3, they're still one of those extremely controversial characters, still getting all that attention. Notice those 3 things. Neither one of them was, oh, it's gonna be Phantom Lord in this basement crying, you know, wiping his tears with your money, and you know, although all that money he has and all the stuff that he got won't buy him happiness because he's gonna be sitting down there all sad and lonely and not streaming, because the internet got to him and they forced him to give up on his, you know, the internet. Well, I mean, you already know from his video that ain't fucking happening. You're not going to be able to do that to the guy. You're going to give him a whole lot of attention. I'm really just talking to the haters. You're going to give him a whole lot of attention, and eventually people are going to look at what he did, and because he didn't end up in jail, he's going to just look like a fucking gangster. And that really is a good segue onto my point, because this is exactly what I said to him. Now, I don't think he expected me to say it, and it wasn't at the beginning of us meeting. But now, basically, yeah, as you guys know, I'm really good friends with a girl named Fuya, and she's friends with a girl named Tori, or Dingle Derper, who lives out in Las Vegas, or used to, with Phantom Lord. And so the first night we were out there for the event, she came out to the event, she met us all, we all went out to dinner. And she said that she wanted to come back out and have like a party night, because this wasn't a party night. If you guys didn't know, events are in a large part work to people like, you know, me. Especially when you own an esports team, you got to get up early and watch them play, which, you know, my team has been doing for the last few events. So we all had to get to bed early, so we decided that we were all going to go out another night and have a lot of fun, gamble, and get really drunk, and just do the whole Vegas thing. And that we did. And after that night, Fuya also told me the Phantom Lord was coming out, and I'll admit at this point, all I had heard about him was all that negative shit, and because of I'd only heard one-line explanations of what, you know, about him, I had a very one-line response, and that was to dislike him, you know, I guess for his moral crimes, so to speak. And I say dislike and not hate, I'm very much on purpose. You know, dislike the guy, you know, just, you know, okay, the guy's probably, you know, not the best apple in the bushel, probably not the best guy in the world or whatever. But to be honest, who the fuck is in this day and age? I wouldn't even say I'm one of those people. I'm not a guy with a heart of gold and never done anything wrong. I don't think anybody is. But no, when I dislike somebody, that doesn't stop. I don't have to tell them my opinion about them. I don't have to make a fun situation a negative one. That's not me. I don't have enough self-importance or felt self-importance to think that if I dislike someone that I can force everyone to have a terrible evening, or I have to tell this guy, or I instantly have to start a problem with him just because I disagree with something he did. which anybody who's into politics or follows politics, you know, obviously disagrees with. But no, we ended up going out that night. We ended up getting really drunk. Ended up gambling a lot. We started off on the roulette tables. Your boy just lost. This guy's ass kicked. I will say the guy definitely inspired gambling that night. We all had a lot of fun. It was finally the first night that I actually got to go out there and just be done with it, which is, you know, the fun way to gamble, because when you win, it's like, oh, really? You know, before I'd really been kind of gambling, kind of safe, keeping it within limits, just, you know, having a few drinks, playing $100 a table on roulette, just fucking around. No, we ended up losing quite a lot, which sparked the want to Jesus to drink a lot. No. Oh, fuck, of course. Ended up getting pretty wasted and ended up at a craps table. And after spending, you know, an entire night with these people and just talking about, you know, gambling and fun stuff, I think it was me. I think I got drunk enough where I had to bring it up. I don't think he brought it up because, you know, we were all just kind of, you know, making strides just to have a good time, and we did. I wish I had kept my old phone because it was something I wanted to upload. That because Phantom Lord was in it and I never did, and I kind of respected his privacy without him having to ask for it. By the way, we played this drunken Jenga game where Tori and Fuya versed each other in Jenga, wasted his shit. By the way, we all could hardly stand. And you could tell from how I was filming it was really fucked up. And I bet him like $100. Ended up losing. He spent that $100 on the most expensive tequila shot I think they had, which proceeded to fuck us up pretty royally. But after that, we ended up on the craps table, and yeah, I had to bring it up. I had to ask. I had to give him my 2 cents, so to speak. And really, it wasn't even about like the gambling stuff. I was just telling him that, you know, his girlfriend Tori was really nice, and I was like impressed and, you know, really and heartfelt, I guess, that seeing somebody stick by someone, you know, and that's getting so much hate for so long, because she definitely stuck by him for that entire year, and still streamed from their house and did all that stuff and had to ignore all the hate that she was getting, because her boyfriend happened to be one of the most popular streamers there was, going through some shit at the moment. It came up in that stance, and eventually we got drunk enough, you know, because he did, like, I don't know how he did it, but he definitely expressed a want to come back, that he missed streaming, and that he missed making content, that he missed interacting with you guys, he missed being on the internet, because he didn't just take a break from Twitch, he just, you know, left out on everything. And at first I was like, you know, to be honest, like, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is like, man, you fucked up. Like, I don't know, like, you know, how you're gonna do it. I don't know how, like, you can come back right now. I know that the hate around you is overwhelming, and this is back at Vegas, so obviously it's died down even more since then. But then too, you know, obviously because I was a little drunk, I was like, to be honest, fuck all that shit. And earlier in this video, I said that if I was him, I would have made that video kind of in the same way. I wouldn't have, actually. I take it back now. And for this exact reason, I told him, I was like, honestly, if you come back and you act like an apologetic little bitch, and you act like, you know, the internet owns you from now on, you know, that by their good graces, you're allowed to stream and be on here, and only when they forgive you are you gonna allowed to come back and be a good streamer, and get past all this hate. And you're gonna have to put out this fucking PR statement, which I hate the fucking term PR. I hate that in terms of esports people and YouTubers. People have even said that about TK and how I handle it, how sometimes we have bad PR. I'm like, fake ass YouTubers and fake ass streamers, they need PR. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna be me, whether it's in the leading of TK. I'm gonna let TK be TK, which is made up of people, and, you know, well, their opinions are their own. And even for my brands, even if I get a fucking fuck ton of hate for this video, I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna sit down and release some fucking statement. Oh, I'm so sorry for all the people I offended, and if any little kids were hurt because they mistook my YouTube video and followed my advice and looked up to me and I let them down and all this shit. No, fuck all that, dude. For real. I mean, that's just, it's a bunch of fake ass shit. And everybody you see do it, I don't care whether it's they're getting caught for smoking pot, owning a CSGO site, or any of that shit. It's all bullshit unless someone actually fucking got hurt. Like, actually got hurt. Because if something happened and 200 people knew about it, and then Reddit blew it up so thousands of people knew about it, and then just simply knowing about it is the harm, well, then I'm not gonna blame the fucking person for that. I'm gonna blame Reddit for that. Be realistic in your hate, please. You know, let's make that my movement. If I have anything, there's no more one-line responses. Be realistic. Yeah, I told him, I was like, no, if you're gonna come back, I deserve to get stabbed. I deserved it there. I told him, if you're gonna come back, be a goddamn gangster about it, dude. I swear to God, if you come back and you're like, hey, dude, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm back now, and just ignore the fucking hate, and then eventually, after like a year, another year of you just ignoring the hate and being a positive person and making content, eventually the haters will run out of steam and they'll just be fucking bored with that shit, and they'll eventually move on, just like every other trend on the internet. Actually come out there and say like what exactly you did when the whole legal consequences have maybe subsided, where the statute of limitations is run, I guess, on all the possible claims you could have against you, which is not going to be for a long time. I think it's 10 years, and even for personal torts, I don't think it ever stops. But anyways, you gotta come out there and say what you did. You fucking came out there. You made a website that was extremely popular. You found out a way legally to pretty much just take money from dumbasses. And I'm one of those dumbasses. I fucking bet. I think I lost up to 2K in skin betting, and but I was gambling little digital representations that only have a value attached by a very loose economy to a site that isn't regulated, that is brand new, that I don't know who the owners are. Well, yeah, I eventually did, but just that all that stuff is really stupid decision. I'm sorry, you get to keep my 2K. Fuck it. A combination of your forward-looking ingenuity and ability to make a site that could rip off a smart person. I would like to think I'm a fairly intelligent person, but nah, he managed to rip me off $2,000 of my money that, some of that actually just went to Joey because I gave him my skins after losing so much and getting so annoyed by the whole scheme and falling victim to it because I'm not a gambler. I mean, I've been to Vegas twice now. You guys have seen in vlogs. Even when I won, you can tell when I was like, oh, look how much money I won. I'd hold out like $400 or $500 worth of chips. Meaning that anyone that's a seasoned gambler, I did not gamble that much. Because if you win a lot and you gambled a decent amount, you have way more than $400 or $500. So the fact that I lost $2,000 of the site after I'm done being mad at you, respect. Fuck it. Do you guys all hate Al Capone for doing all the shit he does? I mean, you might dislike him for being a murderer and running a crime syndicate, but no, they made fucking movies about my dude. You had to respect him a little bit. You don't hate him anymore. It's fucking gangster shit, dude. You fucking took over the game. They made alcohol illegal, and then you brought it to the fucking country from all these different sources and ran a huge organization of criminals, I might add. These aren't upstanding working individuals with the best working history and the glowing recommendations and shit. These are criminals. He managed to run one of the world's largest companies doing that. Now, that can be seen as like I'm obviously, I guess, making drug dealers and criminals look cool, but no, I'm not. I'm being realistic. They make movies about gangsters. And I went and saw those movies, and I thought they were entertaining and cool. Now, would I'm gonna run out and start my own crime ring? No. Am I gonna go out and start capping people like Tony Soprano so that I can make a couple $100,000 a year? No, I think that's stupid. So I want to ask you guys something because this video is premature, and I'm gonna be gone for most of the day, so I'm not gonna know how the internet actually reacts to his video. I'm sure it's gonna get a lot of hate. I'm sure I might get a fair amount of negative comments because for the most part of this video, I sound pretty supportive of Phantom Lord. But really, I'm supportive of him coming back and doing it like a goddamn gangster for my entertainment. For my entertainment at all. I mean, I know the guy. I wouldn't say we're close friends. We're friends-ish. I want him to come back and just fucking-tain me, dude. I want him to come back and just literally be as savage as possible. Sorry. That's the trend right now, and I'm a big supporter of it. He's got away with it. I don't know how much money he made, and I don't want to talk about it. Like I said before, I feel like talking about someone's income or how much money they make or how they earn it. It's low conversation. Funny enough, it ended up being 2 out of my 3 rant videos. But I mean, my dude, let's just assume my dude did fairly well, and he did it very fast and got to take a year off for it, and now he's back. And there's nothing any of us can really do about it. My dude robbed the internet. Think about that. Robbed the internet, and he didn't do it like one of these pyramid scheme motherfuckers. He didn't do it like behind nobody's back. He didn't rob little old ladies out of their savings saying he was gonna buy them vacation homes in Boca. He wasn't the guy at Bank of America wanting all your money as a loan and painting it like he's doing you a favor by paying you 5 or 10%. If you didn't know, that's what you're doing when you give bank money to the banks in your savings and checkings account or investment accounts. I guess more directly with the investment accounts, you're lending them money and often paying them for the ability to do it. If you wonder where banks make money, you're lending them money for free, or you're just trusting them on what interest rate they're telling you is fair. But anyways, my dude fucking robbed the fucking internet, and if he can come back and do it the right way, and this is all the same stuff I told him. I believe actually the only thing I really remember from that night about him was his face when he heard me say that. Is he was like, I think I was the first person that told him that. They told him the reality of the situation. I think, he had shut himself off from the internet, and probably the only person he was talking to was his girlfriend and maybe some of his buddies from before he was internet famous. That were all probably know nothing about this space and probably saying, yeah, it sounds like you should just duck low and fucking hide for a bit, which, yeah, he obviously did. Fuck that. I know how hate works. Hate's a fucking trend. It comes and it goes, and the only way it sticks around is if you help it. To be honest, because nobody cares that much about you. I always said it, when I was talking to smaller YouTubers, is that no one gives a fuck about your channel more than you. You care about you the most. I'm sorry, not even your mom cares more about you than you do. So as long as you don't help the haters remember the reason they're hating you by re-bringing it up or constantly apologizing or just trying to make your brand about coming back constantly from a mistake you made, move the fuck on, and so will the rest of the internet. And if you know that and you can do that well and you can, you know, absorb all that and then eventually come out with a savage ass video saying you robbed the fucking internet and a goddamn big ass chain and some gangster ass shit and just basically make fun of the entire CSGO community for robbing them of all their skins legally and getting away with it. If you do that, my friend, oh my god, that'll be the funniest fucking thing in the world, and I will be in that very small group of people laughing with you most likely. And that's the reality of the situation. So, you know, again, I like to say I stick to the theme of my rant videos. I didn't take a side of hating him or liking him. I took the side of fucking being entertained by him by someone that's realistically uninterested in the party. Like, I don't have any fucking skin in this game, pun intended. I don't really give a fuck. What I do give a fuck about is being entertained. And I really hope that, you know, my dude is seasoned enough on the internet to, or has at least seen enough hate over the last year to know it's just as fake as the people that try to explain it away with their sincere apologies. So I like his video. I thought it was the right amount of fuck you and also sincere. I really hope his next video, he goes to the bank and pulls out like a shit ton of ones. Has an armored car come fill one of his rooms with it and make it ones just to be even funny, unless you can afford to do it with a higher denomination. And just swim around it like that duck. I don't even remember, it's Duck Scrooge or whatever. Just swim around it like he does in his room full of coins. If you make a room filled with $1 bills, Phantom Lord, in your house in Las Vegas, and you make something like that, I'll just literally think that's the funniest fucking thing in the whole world. And that's exactly what I told him when I met him. I haven't really talked to him since because we exchanged a follow on Twitter and that was it. So that being said, I hope you guys, after you've done all your hating, or I guess you have gotten over the last year of hating him, or you've just paid attention to the situation, I hope you might actually look at this video and maybe adopt a similar, not point of view, but just observation of the reality of how the internet works, how internet hate works, and how people can overcome it, use it to their advantage, like I said in the last video. Too, and lastly, just entertain the fuck out of me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive over these videos. Please leave me a comment below letting me know what else you guys want me to rant about, or just give me criticism. I'm open to criticism. You know, a lot of the time you guys just troll me most of the time, but you know, I'm actually wanting these rant videos to be good. I want to get better at NWR too. I know today's gameplay was probably the worst I've ever gotten, but I was actually, you know, really excited to talk about this because it's something that, and by the way, this happened a long time ago. I've never mentioned meeting Phantom Lord or talked about it in a video or on Twitter anywhere, simply because I, you know, respected his privacy. But now that it's back and it's relevant, I had to tell a story. It's funny. I gotta get my like 4K back, 2K from the skin betting, and then 2K from losing it from, you know, gambling with you at roulette and craps. I'm getting that money back, 1 cent of ad revenue at a time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying DreamHack Atlantis. I'm sure this is going on right when you guys are seeing this. Also, definitely pop on over to my vlog channel. I'm uploading a vlog from yesterday. The whole H1Z1 team came down here a day early. We went to Topgolf. We went out to eat. We had a blast at the house. We all taught them how to use the hoverboards. It was a great time. It's one of my favorite vlogs. So I hope to see you guys over there on that video as well. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.